Get your reactions ready. The live portion of the show will begin in just a moment. Today is July 25th, and the Subway Series continues in the Bronx. It's Mets versus Yankees. It was Domingo Germán versus Justin Verlander. Who would come out on top? My recap, your reactions coming up next. This is NYY Recaps.
Welcome to Yankee Stadium.
Just when they thought I was out, they pull me back in.
Welcome back, everybody. Welcome back. Yes, I shaved my beard. No, I didn't mean to go this short. Let's move on. If you enjoy watching the Mets play home run derby and circle the bases all night long, got some good news for you. They just took care of business against the Yankees. But for the rest of you, the Yankees fans, not a lot of positives to report about tonight. So apologies in advance if this sounds a little bit negative, but there were not a lot of good things to take away from this ball game. Royals were fun, but in the words of Eminem, snap back to reality.
Oh, there goes gravity.
The Yankees' 3-game win streak has been snapped, and our nemesis strikes again. Over the past 20 years, I don't think there's been a pitcher that has killed the Yankees more than Justin Verlander. He just absolutely has his way with the Yankees. Almost every time. It's unreal. And tonight, despite kind of a tough season so far, and he has been pitching much better lately, he completely wiped out the Yankees. 6 shutout innings. He only gave up 2 hits. His ERA is down to 3.24. Might be a nice deadline pickup if somebody's willing to take on that salary. I know the Mets would be willing to move him. Miguel Peralta says, the New York A's. Tough. You know, on a night when you're coming off of 3 wins in a row, you're playing in front of a packed house, you would think there would be some energy with this team. You would think that this was a game that the Yankees wanted to win, but it looked like they were sleepwalking for the first 5 innings. And this is not the first time this year that they've waited until deep into the game to mount any kind of a rally. And still, just 5 hits tonight. Justin Verlander is not the quality of pitcher you see with the Royals or, you know, some of these other bums that the Yankees have been hitting. And, he really stuck it to him. And tonight also underlined the fact that the Yankees don't have a regular everyday left fielder on this roster. Keep throwing different guys out there. Got some non-roster invitees out there. The Yankees haven't had one all season, unless you count Aaron Hicks, which I do not. Brett Deutsch says, this is literally a top-of-the-bottom third of Major League Baseball team. Royals were fool's gold. I have to say, sorry, I got an itch on my nose. I keep scratching it. I have to say, doesn't feel like a very good team without Judge. And we might be getting Judge back on Friday or Saturday, this weekend possibly. He played in a sim game today. He said that he's not 100%, that he's going to be playing through pain. You know, even if he's 80% of the player he was, it's going to give the Yankees a chance to be a lot better because he just scares pitchers, frankly. But if I'm the opposition, I just pitch around Judge when he comes back. Take first base every time. Make somebody else beat you. Because nobody on this roster can beat any opposing pitchers right now. Todd Frazier said yesterday that Judge is probably going to feel this in his toe for the rest of his life. And if that's the case, might as well get back out on the field. Give it a shot. Also, we don't know what type of player he's going to be with this injury. Is he going to be essentially what DJ LeMahieu became after his foot injury? That toe is important. You pivot on it every time you swing, and he's got a lot of weight coming down on it. Wouldn't be surprised if he has to have surgery at the end of the year. Joe Higashi says, just put Judge on the shelf. Got to say, I agree. I'm going to give you the recap of the game in case you missed it. And I know a lot of people are listening, didn't get a chance to watch. So I'll just take you through it, but it was pretty much all Mets. Mets jumped out to an early lead in the first inning. Bloop single by Pete Alonso. Expected batting average on the Alonso single was 0.50, like 0.50. So it's caught pretty much every time by every team, by everyone, just not the Yankees.
Oh, shit. Here we go again.
I thought the Yankees had an opportunity in the first inning that got taken away by the home plate umpire. Giancarlo walked, and then Rizzo was up 3-0 in the count, and then took what should have been ball 4, but the umpire called it a strike. Verlander, to his credit, came back and got the strikeout. So good for him, but Rizzo should have been on first base, and you should have had a little bit of a rally going. Now, the umpiring this season has been awful, and the Yankees didn't lose this game because of the umpires, but I just wanted to point out that it continues to be horrendous umpiring behind the plate this year. I'm very much in favor of some kind of a challenge system. That definitely would have overturned, at least that out. Could have changed the whole first inning. Could have changed the complexion of the game. If the Yankees have a big inning there, maybe the Mets don't rally. Domingo struck out the side in the second. I thought he had good stuff early. He got 2 quick outs in the third, and then another ball that should have been caught, or probably could have been caught, probably would have been caught by a decent left fielder, dropped in. And then Pete Alonso made him pay a couple of batters later with a 3-run home run.
From there on out, things just got worse.
Tough. I mean, yeah, probably should have been caught. You got to pick up your defense. And Alonso had a big night, to his credit. And then to end the inning, there was a fly ball that Bowers and Bader collided on. Now, it wasn't a bad collision. Nobody got hurt, but you can see that Bader was kind of giving him the business a little bit, like, hey, that's my ball. And Bowers told him, hey, I didn't hear you. Miscommunication. Don't have real outfielders right now. What are you going to do? Do we really expect anything different with this team? Gleyber Torres, one of the few positives, extended his hitting streak to 14 games. Did not score, but let's give him a little bit of a round of applause. 14 games, career best so far. Alonso smoked another home run in the 6th. That made it 5-0. Absolutely crushed it into Monument Park. Vogelback followed up with a mammoth home run into the bleachers to make it 6-0. Can't blame that one on luck. Just bad pitches. Herman was done after 6 innings. Final line, 7 hits, 6 earned runs, 1 walk, 9 strikeouts. So he had the swing and miss stuff going, but he reverted back to that guy who just serves up home runs. Yankees did nothing off of Verlander, as I mentioned. 6 shutout innings, 2 hits allowed, 4 walks, 6 strikeouts. Not vintage stuff, but good enough to give the Yankees 0 chance tonight. Absolutely 0 chance. McNeil made it 7-0 with an RBI single in the 7th. He also hit a double later on. I love his swing. I'm amazed that he's only hitting 251. You look at him, the way he swings the bat against the Yankees, and this is the 3rd or 4th time he's killed the Yankees. I think he'd be hitting 350. Unreal. Yankees got on the board in the 7th. IKF got hit by a pitch, and then Volpe doubled him in off the right field wall. Nice piece of hitting by the kid. 12th double of the season. He also stole a base. He has got now, I believe, 18 stolen bases. So, solid. Yankees ended up loading the bases, but Giancarlo Stanton was all they could get. He got a sac fly to right field, 112 miles an hour off the bat. So, the Mets get to, take advantage of some of these bloopers. And Giancarlo crushes 112, and no luck, just a sac fly. Rizzo struck out with 2 men on to end the inning, ended the threat. Yankees loaded the bases again in the 8th, got another run on a ground out. It was actually a fielder's choice from Ben Rortvedt, who was pinch hitting for Higashioka. I got to say, I like like Rortvet's at bats. He seems to spit on some close pitches. I'm not sure he really finishes his swing all that much. That might be why you see him have a lot of power to left field, because he's very strong, and if he hits the ball deep in the zone, he can drive it. But he doesn't seem like a guy who's going to pull the ball very much, because he kind of stays up the middle with his swing. He doesn't really turn those hips like you see some guys do these days. But maybe that's what the Yankees need, a little bit of contact. We'll see. Mets tacked on a couple in the ninth, double by McNeil. Mets hang on to win and take game one of this 2-game set.
Mission failed. We'll get them next time.
THG says, can Andy Pettit take over Herman's spot in the rotation? I don't think that's going to happen, but I bet Andy could still get somebody out with that cutter. I'll tell you what, probably still get somebody out with that nasty cutter. Let's go ahead and take a look at this box score. It was ugly tonight. It was fugly. We got some chats coming in. Mortgage Lab TV says, this team should take a group trip on the Ocean Gate Titan. Yikes.
Just a bit outside.
That's tough. Let me pull up the highlights here, or the box score. Excuse me. All right, so you see the Mets got 12 hits. Yankees only got 5. Yankees also made 2 errors in this game. Error by Volpe on a throw, and Bader, he booted a ground ball to center field, or a base hit to center field, allowed a runner to take an extra base. DJ walked 3 times, but struck out horribly to end the game. But, not much to brag about if you're the Yankees on offense. This episode brought to you by the Game Time app. If you want to see the Yankees get their asses kicked in person, use the Game Time app for your last-minute tickets. You won't find a better app for cheap last-minute tickets to going to watch the Yankees get embarrassed. You want to see what your view of the ass-kicking is going to look like from your seats? No problem. Game Time has you covered. In the app, you can see the view, get a real good look at what the angle on those Giancarlo Stanton strikeouts are going to look like. Use the code NYY Recaps for $20 off of your first purchase and experience the embarrassment in person. YouTube commenter says, another 5-hit game. What an embarrassment this is. And I got to say, I agree. I agree a lot. Somebody asked me a few weeks back, and not everybody watches every episode. I'm well aware of that. Somebody asked me, what stats do you look for that you think are important when you look at getting a player? And to me, I look at hits. I want somebody who gets hits. This team relies a lot on things like exit velocity and launch angle and expected batting average and, all that. Weighted runs created plus. Give me somebody who gets results. Give me somebody who hits good pitchers. Give me somebody who has a high average off of people who throw 95 miles an hour plus. Give me somebody who hits breaking balls. That's the type of thing I'm looking for. William M. says, where do we go from here? It's a good question. We have the trade deadline coming up in a week. It is 1 week from today. I believe it's at 4 p.m. Might be 6 p.m. this year. It's been 4 p.m. for a while, so it's probably 4 p.m. I'm probably imagining that. We're going to find out over the next week or so what Brian Cashman thinks of this team, what he thinks this team needs to get to the playoffs. I think they're content to get to the playoffs. Their organizational philosophy seems to be, if you can get to the dance, you got a chance to do some damage. But frankly, I don't buy that. The Astros have success every year in the playoffs because they got the right combination of balance in their lineup. They got good lefties, good righties, contact hitters, power, and they have strong pitching. I think it's just, this game has been played for, well over 100 years now. And the combination of good pitching, a balanced offense with some power, some speed and athleticism, and a good pitching staff, good bullpen. And you know what? Some team first guys. That's been a formula that seems to be pretty successful. It's been successful for a lot of teams. Yankees should try it. William says, I'm sorry, but changes have to be made in this organization.
Absolutely. Hey.
Will Starr says, burn it all down.
Yeah, baby.
Look, it's not looking good if you're a Yankee fan right now for the playoffs. We're out of a playoff spot as of this moment. Now, could we go and get somebody, probably a left fielder or, a little bit of bullpen help or, a number of different smaller pieces and maybe close the gap and get to the playoffs? Sure. But I think to expect this team to win anything is delusional at this point. It's clear to me that we got some guys that are just over the hill. LeMahieu's been better as of late, but I think that, once the fall rolls around, the injuries and just being banged up all year is probably going to have caught up with him again. Stanton, maybe he shows up in October, maybe not. He's hit 200 the last 2 years. So to expect him to suddenly be, God Stanton in the playoffs, I don't know. Maybe Judge gets hot and carries us. It's weirder things have happened. But he's playing on one foot, essentially. So I'm not feeling great about it. I'd be lying if I said I was still confident in this team doing any kind of damage at all. And the more I think about the trade deadline, the more I think that the Yankees should consider selling what they could. If somebody's willing to give you something for Severino, take it. If somebody wants to give you something for Bader, he's going to be a free agent. Take it. You can sign him back. They did that with Chapman. Got Gleyber Torres. If you think you can get something for Clark Schmidt, even though he's pitched well, I think that you should consider taking it. There's a lot of guys that I think have some value. But it's clear that this roster needs an injection of something outside of the organization. We need something foreign, something alien to our philosophy. Different types of hitters, different types of approaches, different types of personalities. Let's be a little less corporate, maybe drop the beard bullshit next year. Let's grow up. Let's let the guys have fun. And we've got a super chat here from Ronnie. Says, if Cashman isn't gone, no point in the fan base complaining about the roster.
I wholly agree.
I was watching an interview with Tyler Glasnow on Foul Territory the other day, and he spoke about why the Rays are so good at turning what you would perceive to be average or no-name pitchers into excellent pitchers. And Paul Sewald actually commented on this today and agreed with it. What the Rays do essentially is get guys with great stuff and tell them to be themselves. They set up down the middle a lot of the times and just say, throw your nastiest stuff. They don't have a lot of rules. They let kids be kids. And Paul Sewald of the Seattle Mariners, become a good relief pitcher, said the same thing. He said, culture and being comfortable is important. I don't think the Yankees make their environment very comfortable for their players. I think they try and make up for that by having, a really comfortable manager and a really friendly GM. And I think that ultimately makes guys too comfortable. I think you got to find a different balance. Make them comfortable in different ways. Let your hair down a little bit, literally. Let guys be themselves, personality-wise. And, maybe you'll get some different vibes. I don't know. But this was a tough one. Nate says, this team is what they are, dating back to last year, a 500 team. Rayward says, if Rodon gets smacked around yet again, he is going to get so much shit. That is absolutely true. Now, in case you missed it, on the West Coast, he was getting rocked, and as he was leaving the field in Anaheim, some Yankees fans were razzing him a little bit, and he gave the little, the blow and the kiss. And so a lot of fans didn't appreciate that. I have a feeling, I suspect we might, given the mood of the fan base right now, I think we might see some boos come down for Rodon tomorrow. So watch out for that.
Game over, man. Game over.
We're gonna get out of here.
Taron Morris, 45-47 record this season against teams not named the A's and the Royals. Holy cow.
You gotta go.
That is a great stat.
A what?
Most impressive.
Lay the house. RM says the curse of Aaron Hicks. Dan Shifika says the Yankees aren't the Yankees anymore. They're just a brand. They've been just a brand for a while now. For a while. Gary says Rodon equals Carl Pavano. I don't think so. I think Rodon at least wants to pitch. Carl Pavano had no interest in being out there. He had no commitment to this team. I think Rodon actually wants to pitch. Do I think the Yankees might have signed some damaged goods? It's looking that way. I guess we'll see a little bit more tomorrow. We'll see how he responds, because the crowd is not going to be easy on him tomorrow. William says, is it bad I don't have much faith in Rodon? I mean, it's not bad. As a fan, we're permitted to feel however we want about any of our players. I'm going to stay optimistic until he gives me another reason not to be. I got to say, he's shaken my confidence in him for sure over the last few outings. But, all right, guys, please like and subscribe. We got 700 in the chat. Please check out my shop, NYYRecaps.shop. You can get hats like this one. Got a few others. We got this one right here. This is an All Rise hat. We got this is a fan favorite. I get asked about this one all the time. This is the official hat of NYY Recaps. It's just got like the logo there. Now, it's not the actual Yankees cap. It's very similar, but I've got a little microphone in the middle and my stars are different, so it's on brand. So it's not like stealing their logo or anything. And then got the NYY Recaps logo on the side. You can get all of these through my store, nyyrecaps.shop, and I would appreciate it greatly. Season is over half over. We got about 60 some odd recaps left, so all the support we can get right now and throughout the rest of the season will, be very much appreciated. Not sure if we're going to have an October this year. Oh, it's no fun. I'll see you guys tomorrow.
Ball game over.
Most impressive.